Happy equinox for 22nd of September. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, this is all about the large intestine. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, this is all about the liver. If you move between hemispheres, as I do, it's a choose your own adventure moment because who knows what's going to show up with the body. So I'm going to talk about the Northern Hemisphere because I think that's where most of you are. So Northern Hemisphere, in traditional Chinese medicine, what happens on the equinox is that the direction of energy in the cells reverses. And so that creates an opportunity for the cells to clear out. So at this time of year, particularly in the Northern Hemisphere, because we're going into winter, lots of people will start presenting with symptoms, usually flare-ups of existing conditions or chronic conditions. So classically, the fall equinox is related to the colon, large intestine. So you'll see diverticulitis, IBS, just kind of discomfort in digestion, cramps, constipation potentially. You'll also see, because when the liver gets blocked up and the body can't process out through the bowel, then typically the body will use the skin because it's the largest organ of elimination. So you'll see people having flare-ups of eczema, psoriasis, any of those kind of allergic skin conditions. And also because the large intestine is linked to the lungs, you'll see people who come down with chest conditions. And the lungs are always about suppressed grief, usually long-term suppressed grief. I always think it's interesting to look at the emotional symptoms, the emotional causes, the roots of illness, as well as what's kind of presenting physically. So what can you do about it? My two favorite things for this time of year are, one, linseed tea. If you scroll back through the feed, you'll see it there. It's the short linseed tea recipe, but it tells you where to find the longer recipe with all the information about why linseed tea is so amazing. But in a nutshell, it's basically the omega-3s that are so anti-inflammatory for the body, really hydrating on a biochemical level for the bowel, really soothing for the kidneys as well. So if you've got anxiety, amazing for skin conditions. I've used it on so many people with skin conditions to great effect. So I highly recommend that. Super simple, easy. They're cheap as chips to get. And then also the second thing I recommend at this time of year is Epsom salts baths, unless you're on your period. If you're on your period, don't do this because your body's already doing enough already. Otherwise, 500 grams to a kilogram. I use a kilogram of Epsom salts, pop it in a nice warm bath, soak in there for 20 minutes. The action of the magnesium sulfate, which is the Epsom salts, is to draw toxicity out of the skin. And do it at night when the body wants to use magnesium in that way to help the body clear. And it's just amazing, as well as really nurturing on a cold kind of wintry or autumnal evening. And you can do that 3 nights in a row. So 20 minutes soak and then cool off with either some cool water, just splash it on yourself, or you could have a cool shower if you feel so inclined. But those two things together are amazing at this time of year. So the equinox is the 22nd of September. And just notice, if you're already feeling a bit, just notice when your body's shifting. Or if you, after the equinox, if you start to present with symptoms, it's always a really good indicator of kind of where your vital energy is. So otherwise, enjoy the equinox, enjoy the shift. It's a really powerful time of year energetically, where you can kind of have a really good clear out of your system and then prepare your body for the next 6 months of great health. So happy equinox. Let me know what you try.